All right, well, I've gotten the Dutch bucket system where we're ready to try it. Samantha came down and Violet came down. Violet, what are you wearing? Oh, I heart my mom. Grandpa got, I don't know, was it a box?
A wolf box.
A wolf box, or was it a bark box?
One of those.
I don't know, one of those subscription box things. And this sweatshirt was, this doggy sweatshirt was in it, and it does not fit their dogs. So he sent it down here to Violet to see if it would work for her, and she loves it. So anyways, all right, let's take a look. So I did put a light up here. This is not the light that'll stay here, but I wanted something up there, and it doesn't even have grow bulbs in it actually. So if you remember back to when we had the workbench over here, this is actually a shop light from another workbench in the basement that I had in here for a while. Well, guess what? It's back. Dutch buckets. So we've got the water line coming up. I've got the pump in the tote and the tote reservoir. Got water in there. I'm concerned slightly because it's got a 50-inch max head height, which is only about 5 inches higher than the top of the Dutch bucket. So we'll see what happens. These come up. I've got all these glued together and Teflon taped, but have these riser adapters in there. Used the 1/4-inch drip hose that I got from the big box hardware store. Put ends on all of them, all the way down, cap on the end. So there is the hopefully completed Dutch bucket system.
Hey, Rob. There's a hole in my bucket.
Yes,
dear Rob.
There is a hole in the
Rob.
bucket. See, it's right there, and it has a grommet on it and a pipe going into the drain tube. So that's planned. And there's another hole in the top for the net cup. So, all right. Let's turn it on and hope for the best. All right, pump's running. Ooh, it might work. So there is a nice stream of water coming out of all of them. Awesome. Okay. We've got water flowing down the drain pipes, and also I'm not seeing any leakage around the grommets. Now I did glue everything. I did glue these on the outside. On the inside, it's not glued. It's just pressed together, but that's fine. But everything on the outside's glued. Everything down here is glued. I did not glue the cap that's on the far end so that I can clean out the line if needed. But well, it's not. Yeah. I don't have any valve on this to slow down the flow. It's just slowed down with how high it's having to pump up. But that's a good flow. What do you think, Violet? Is it approved?
What are you feeding me out of it?
What am I feeding you? All right. Well, I'm gonna let this run a little bit and keep an eye on it, but so far it looks pretty decent. We may have the Dutch bucket side operational. So yeah. All right. With that, I think that's about the end of the work for the night. So say goodnight, Violet. All right, one quick update here on the Dutch bucket. So we did end up finding a leak. It's actually the end cap is leaking. So it's coming out, dripping. There, you can see my finger is wet. It's getting just enough leakage out and dripping down the floor. There's a little bit of a puddle down here on the floor. So gonna have to do something about this. I hate to glue this because I want to be able to take this off to be able to clean inside there better. Samantha actually came up with a good idea. There is like temporary plugs that you can slide in. They're like rubber. They slide in. They got a wing nut on the end, so you can tighten that down to seal it. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to get probably 3 of them, because I'll end up needing one here, and then I've got the same type of setup on the drains for the seed starting rails. I've just got a cap slipped on the end, so I'm going to have to probably get 3 of them. So other than that, nothing's leaking around the grommets. They're all draining into here very nicely. Everything's draining nicely down into the tote. Water flow up here, as you have seen, is fine. So I've got it off right now. I don't need to get a different pump. I can use the one that I have, which is great. Saves me money. Yeah. So far, so good. So yeah, I need a different cap. That's about it. From there, I'll get a different light fixture and light bulbs at some point. I have not ordered seed for the herbs, so I do need to get seed ordered. I've been dragging my feet because I wanted to make sure this is working. I'm pumped. This is working. So I guess Dutch Bucket is pretty much back, just on hold. I've got the Hydraton for the net pots. It's right there. I got to get it washed up so I can get it in here. Get a different plug. Other than that, I'll probably just cycle water a bit through it to get it rinsed out. But that's operational. Next, I probably, like I said, I'll change those plugs out, or caps out, to different plugs. My next thing is I need to concentrate on these rails, get the water supply in operational, and get net cups cut in to the top. So this will be next project. I think I've got all the parts for it. It's just a matter of doing it. So, all right, with that, I am definitely gonna say goodnight. This is enough work for the evening, but the big news is Dutch Buckets. Check out our Facebook page. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. More to come as we get stuff growing in these Dutch Buckets.